This is a 2016 Buick Regal GS. Let's take a look inside. As far as the seats go, this may be the best compromise of the recent cars that we've driven. From the crazy Recaro seats in the Mustang to the aggressive bolsters in the IS350 F Sport, the Regal GS managed to find a sweet spot between comfort and support during aggressive cornering. The dashboard layout is pretty solid. More on the actual interface in a bit. The rear room is usable, on par for a midsize sedan. Hey, don't judge me for Radio Disney. I've got kids. I like the digital dash layout. The major controls are on the left side of the steering wheel for all the safety systems. The leather on the steering wheel is fantastic, and it was damn near flat-bottomed. The right side of the wheel is for your audio and menu functions. It took a few extra clicks here and there. It was actually pretty easy to use. The HVAC touch buttons are incredibly hard to use. As you can see, adjusting the temperature and heated seats took some extra touches. The big Brembo brakes do a great job of stopping the GS, even if sometimes it decides to do that on its own without your input. Outside, it's a handsome car, especially the dark grille, which is a nice change from the chrome we see on a lot of other cars. It's a little overdone with the chrome wheels, but it's much more interesting than your average midsize car. I'm surprised it didn't have fog lights, but the integrated LEDs are very well done. Buick, I beg of you, please ditch the fake vents. Moving around the rest of the car, the details and lines are simple and muscular. I especially like the rear treatment and lip spoiler. The silver line going across the back, I think I like. It's got a decent amount of trunk room for all your junk. I'll start with my biggest issue while driving, the transmission. Well, I loved how it would hold a gear longer than most manumatic transmissions. Auto, manual, whatever you want to call it. It needs paddles. I hate admitting that. I like shifting with paddles, but compared to a real transmission, I actually don't. But compared to a shifting with a transmission with the auto stick, I really love them. Keeps your hands on the wheel and makes you feel like a race car driver cracking off up and down shifts. Unfortunately, the overall driving experience was good, but could have been better with a better transmission. When the road started to get twisty, the Buick does a pretty good job of making it through the curves. The all-wheel drive system does tend to plow a little bit in the tight corners, but overall it pulls you through the corner with a good amount of speed. The combination of all-wheel drive and turbocharging keeps the GS moving in the right direction, and with some quickness. Like most electric steering systems, it doesn't have a lot of feedback, but when you start getting into some tight corners, I was pretty impressed with how I could just sort of point the car where I needed it to go, and generally speaking, it would go there. Overall, I actually really enjoyed my time in this Buick Regal GS. If you're looking to spend between $30,000 and $40,000 on a mid-size sedan, you could easily spend that on a Camry or an Accord, but this is a lot more interesting. I love the lines, it's pretty fun to drive, I like the materials inside, and overall I think it is a much more interesting thing to park in your driveway than most of the mid-size sedans that are out there on the market right now. Nice job, Buick.